Hello everyone. Today we are going to solve this LeetCode problem running sum of 1D array. Now this problem is very simple and we can solve it using the following code, where we are basically going over the entire array and accumulating the sum element by element. Then, since we need to return an array of accumulated sums, we define an output array using the make function. If you want to know how make and new work, make sure to check out my video on make versus new, link in the description. Then for every index ix, the result array will have the sum till that index. And in the end, we return the result. But wait, what if the question was to double each and every element of the array? Or to subtract 1 from each and every element of the array? Or to perform any other operations on all the elements? Well, we can easily code them up like this. But here if you notice, for each and every operation, we are going through the entire array and performing an action on each element. If in a code base we had to do all this, we'd have to write the logic of making another slice for each and every operation and go through the entire array, which is definitely not good as it does not follow the DRY principle, that is the don't repeat yourself principle. We can actually define a function for this. Here, we have extracted the logic of making another slice and going through the entire array and performing an operation. But we have hard-coded the operation that we are performing on each and every element. If we extract that logic as well, the code would look something like this. But this still does not solve the problem of hard coding. We have just introduced more code to solve the same problem. If we could somehow pass an action to the perform function like this and call the action on every element of the array like this, we can solve our problem. But what should be the type of this action? Like the multiply by 2 function, it should be a function which takes an integer and returns an integer. And now in the calling function, we can say something like this. This says that perform on nums the following function. It's easier to read as well. Now, we can also change the logic of this function at our will. It could be x by 2, x times 2, x minus 1, x plus 1, anything that you want. This function is called an anonymous function as it does not have a name, and we can define it inline as we have done here. And the function perform becomes a higher order function. A higher order function is a function that operates on another function or returns another function. Or in other words, it either takes a function as a parameter or returns another function. In JavaScript, this perform function that we have defined here is similar to an inbuilt function with the name of map. Of course, with much more checks and support for generic type, but in general, map works on the type array in JavaScript and returns another array after performing the operation defined in this anonymous function. So let's name our function map as well. But we are not calling the function on the array. We are passing the array to the function. This can be fixed using the type definition in Go and defining the map function on that type. Here we have defined the int type as integer slice and defined the map function such that it works only on the int type. We'll cover types in Go in later videos, so please make sure to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell. It really helps me a lot. Now, for this current LeetCode problem, we can write the running sum function like this. Here, the map function adds the current element to the sum defined before invoking the map. And you can notice that the anonymous function even takes the updated value of the sum for each iteration. This is a concept of closure. We'll cover it in later videos in the series of higher order functions. So yeah, make sure to subscribe. Now before running this code, we need to make sure that there are no errors. Here there is an error because in Go, we first defined the variable name and then the variable type. So let me correct it. And this does not exist because we have converted it into input. If we run this code, we can see that it submits and works pretty efficiently while looking as elegant as a swan gliding on water. Thanks for watching.